So everybody's staring at the sky, waiting for some big sign to appear over Jerusalem, right? But what if the real action is happening right under their feet? I'm talking about something that's been going on for years now. Beneath the streets. Behind closed doors. No cameras. No announcements. And guys, when you see what's actually been prepared, it's gonna change everything. While the news focuses on politics and conflicts, there's this whole other story unfolding in Jerusalem. Ancient pathways are being dug up. Sacred objects are being finished. Specific families are tracing their bloodlines back thousands of years. And training is happening, real hands-on training for something most people think is impossible. This isn't about theories anymore. This is actual, physical preparation. And the timing? After 2,000 years, multiple pieces are falling into place at the exact same time. Real quick, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop a like if you want to spread God's truth. Alright, let's get into it. The question isn't if this is happening. It's why now. I'm gonna walk you through 4 major things that have been prepared. And when you see how they connect, it's gonna blow your mind. Underneath modern Jerusalem, there's this ancient road being excavated right now. Buried for almost 2,000 years. This is the pilgrimage road, the path Jewish worshippers used to walk from the Pool of Siloam up to the Temple Mount. During major festivals, thousands would walk this exact road, singing psalms as they made their way to the temple. These stones you can see today? They're the originals. You can literally see where ancient sandals wore grooves into the rock. This road had one destination, straight to the altar, the holiest place in their world. For the first time in 2,000 years, you can stand on the actual path that led to the temple. The route is open. The way is clear. And roads exist for a purpose. So when an ancient path to the temple gets reopened in our generation, you've got to ask, what's next? This is preparation. While they're uncovering the road, something else has been happening behind closed doors. The Temple Institute in Jerusalem has been recreating every sacred object used in the ancient temple. And these are fully functional, working items. The golden menorah? Done. Hammered from solid gold, just like the Torah describes. Over 6 feet tall. Tested and ready. The table of showbread? Complete. Silver trumpets that announce festivals? Made and tested. Bowls, pitchers, incense tools, musical instruments, harps and lyres. All completed. Even the clothes are done. The high priest's breastplate with 12 precious stones. The blue ephod. The fine linen garments. The golden headpiece engraved with Holy to the Lord. The Temple Institute doesn't say these items are almost ready. They say, ready. Everything needed for temple service has been built and is sitting in storage. Just waiting. But you can have all the tools in the world. Somebody's got to use them. In ancient Israel, you couldn't volunteer to be a priest. It was hereditary, passed down through specific families, starting with Aaron, Moses' brother. Most people assume that bloodline is lost. But it never disappeared. Today, they're called Kohanim, from the Hebrew word for priest. And there are men alive right now who can trace their family line directly back to Aaron. This isn't just based on family stories. They're using modern genealogy, historical records, and DNA testing. Scientists have identified a genetic marker common among men who identify as Kohanim. Organizations in Israel are compiling lists, locating these men, verifying their ancestry, and then they're training them. Not in theory, in practice. How to perform the blessings. How to handle the sacred vessels. How to prepare offerings exactly according to the law of Moses. Only a verified descendant of Aaron can do this work. We've got the road. The vessels. The priests being trained. But there's one more requirement, the red heifer. Before anyone can serve in the temple, they need purification through a ritual using ashes from a red heifer. According to Numbers, Contact with death makes someone ritually impure. The only fix is a ceremony using red heifer ashes mixed with spring water. But finding one is nearly impossible. Completely red, not a single hair of another color. Perfect, with no defects. Never used for work. Only 9 have ever qualified in all of recorded history. For 2,000 years? 0. Until recently. A few years back, something unexpected happened in Texas. On cattle ranches, several calves were born that met all the requirements. They were inspected by rabbis, examined multiple times, and transported to Israel. Now they're in secure environments, monitored constantly. Several of these red heifers have reached the right age, just over 3 years old. The minimum age for the ceremony. For the first time in 2,000 years, qualified red heifers exist. Around early July, reports began spreading through religious communities. Nothing official, but consistent reports. Some believe the red heifer ceremony has already been performed. Not publicly, but done quietly in Israel. There's been no official announcement. But this ceremony was never meant to be public. It's always been private and sacred. If this has happened, then the last major barrier to temple worship has been removed. Not in theory. In reality. Let's look at the complete picture. 1. The ancient road to the temple is uncovered and walkable. 2. Every sacred vessel, instrument, and priestly clothing has been completed. 3. The priestly bloodline has been identified, verified, and trained. 4. The red heifer requirement has been fulfilled. Any one of these might be interesting. But all 4 happening at the same time? After 2,000 years? That's not coincidence. That's coordination. The path is open. The tools are ready. The people are prepared. The purification is complete. Multiple independent efforts, happening across decades, all converging at this exact moment. There's no temple standing yet. No official announcement. But everything that needs to be in place, it's in place. The pause doesn't feel like delay. It feels like everything's lined up, waiting for the right moment. Throughout history, sacred moments happen suddenly. Precisely. When the timing is exactly right. The awakening isn't something we're waiting for. It's already started. Not in headlines, but in ancient stones being uncovered. Not in speeches, but in quiet preparation. The road exists. The vessels are done. The priests are ready. The purification requirement is met. All the pieces are in position. We're not supposed to panic or predict dates. But we're being called to pay attention. To watch. Sometimes history moves quietly beneath the surface until suddenly, the moment arrives. We're at a threshold right now. It's real. It's happening in our lifetime. What happens next is in God's timing. But when you prepare something this carefully, there's always a reason. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button and subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to see it. And comment below, what do you think? Are we witnessing a turning point? Thanks for watching. God bless. I'll see you in the next video.